Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, 2021 is over in almost, it's about 12 hours? And we are here to talk about the remnants of it. It's the fall 2021 review, plus we'll talk about what anime of the year is. I'm Guru, this is Chewy. It's the EHRPG podcast, episode
44, 45?
It's hard to remember. Anyway, it's the fall review. This is where we take down everything that happened in the fall anime season and talk about, what we watched, what we liked, and what we thought the best show was.
Marcel, I just had a realization.
What?
I put the wrong type of background up. It says Happy New Year and it says 2021. It's 2022 we're going into.
You can fix it for the next one. Anyway!
No!
Let's just get right to it and start talking about the fall season. Because, holy shit, was this season good.
It was decent. It was very decent.
Quite a bit of good stuff that happened. There wasn't as much good stuff as I would say in winter 2021.
Okay, yeah. That's... All right, wait,
like,
what?
In my opinion, I think winter 2021 is probably the strongest season.
Oh, okay. You're not just comparing it to just last year's season at all. You're just comparing it to the most.
Yeah, I'm like, if we're talking about 2021 as a whole, for me it goes winter, fall, spring, summer. Like, summer sucked.
Yeah. It was very anticlimactic.
Yeah, and I'm going to be honest, summer 2021 is looking better than winter 2022, but that's a whole other story for another time. Well, in about an hour.
It is 44. I was right. It is episode 44. Woo. Damn.
But let's talk about the shows we watched. Now, I linked you Annie chart, and we're pretty much going to set it to popularity, and then we're going to pretty much just go down and cover each show that we watched. So first up on the list should be the Mugen Train arc of Demon Slayer.
Kimetsu no Yaiba, yes. Mugen Rusha-san, yes, the Infinity Train.
Yeah, so essentially this was This was an anime version of the Mugen Train movie from last year. And I'm gonna be honest, I said it before, I said it again. I think an anime seasonal format suited the arc better than the movie.
Yeah, I didn't see the movie itself there, but I heard it was quite different.
It wasn't quite different per se. There was some differences.
Like, wasn't the antagonist different or something like that?
No, the antagonist was the same. Like, it's the exact same story. The biggest difference was just because it was set in a 7-episode format, it could really amplify the climactic moments with cliffhangers.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
So the start of the final fight where the Flame Hashira fights the upper third moon.
Yes.
That gets more emphatic. When Tanjiro learns how to get out of the dream world by killing himself in the dream world, that's more emphatic. And there's just a lot more depth to it too. Like the two new stuff was really good. So we got to focus more on Rengoku's relationship with his father.
Rengoku. Was that
he's the Flame Hashira.
Yeah.
And he's the guy, and his father's going to play a decent role in future volumes and future stories, which is nice.
Okay.
And it was just a lot more cleaner, so I thought it was really good, and I think the only reason we didn't hear anything about it is because of the movie existed. Like, we already saw all of this.
Yeah.
And if just a quick opinion on the Entertainment District arc, it is so fucking good.
That's the one with the ninja and his wives, right?
Yeah, that's the latest one now. So it's got 11 episodes, and it's already on episode 5. But we will move on. So, again, Mugen Train, it's great. It's, nearly flawless, in my opinion.
Dude.
But let's move on to Komi-san.
Uh,
That's next on the list for me.
Komi-san.
Now, you watch this too, right?
Yeah.
I just, holy shit, it's so good.
It's quite the cream of the crop, basically.
It's one of the best shows of the year, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely up there. I'm very surprised it actually came up to number 2. Because I thought this was pretty much like a lot of people's jam. Or close to it. Even though it's kind of like a little bit of a slice of life, but it's mainly comedy and romance. So I thought this would be up everyone's street almost. Most people's street, sorry.
I mean, it's just so relatable.
It's very endearing, yes, for sure.
And even if the stuff around it sucked, just watching Komi improve is so fulfilling.
Yeah. It's very wholesome. Very, very, very wholesome. To the point where it's like, yeah, I can dig it. I can keep watching. I can keep going.
So yeah, by the end of it, like, I gave it a 9.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I'm super excited for
second season
2 in the spring.
Yes, spring 2022.
Up next, Mushoka Tensei.
Ooh. Oh boy.
This is a contender for not only anime of the season, but anime of the year.
Ooh.
I think it is one of the most flawless shows I have ever seen in terms of how it presents itself.
The overall character design and presentation of that, and character development, story development.
Mm-hmm. Like, one thing this show does so well that a lot of other media fails at, it's the... You know how you see a lot of shows represent characters as flawless? Mushoku Tensei doesn't. Every single character has something deeply wrong with them.
Yeah. Or,
From...
the individual flaws and stuff like that.
Yeah. So from Paul and his inferiority complex, which drove him to pretty much almost break down to the point of causing a rift between him and Rudy. From Rudy and his inability to see Paul and Zenith as his family.
A little bit of a childish concept, or not complex, but like childish personality as well because of that.
Well, the best way I could put it is because he was because he was all that, he never really grew up.
Yeah.
He was 34.
Yeah, that's the whole thing, right? So
he pretty much stopped growing after high school. And, like, you could see that in the way he reacted.
Yeah.
One thing I like, though, is, like, again, it's just the way the characters were represented with both flaws and positives. Like, I'll go back to Paul again. Yes, Paul's a piece of shit who cheated on his wife. But because of that failure, Paul also became, in my opinion, a brilliant father, doing everything he can to not only reunite his family, but make sure his daughter, I think it was Noelle. Let me see, what was her name? Norn. That's it, Norn. Right? Who was the daughter who was with him, has a perfect life.
Yeah.
Like, one of the most starking contrasts when it comes to visuals is when you see Paul in the second part, and the best way to put it, he looked like he's through hell. He looks like he is absolutely broken and on the brink of death. And then you look at Norn and it looks like she's at a prep school. Like, she's clean, she's well dressed. To me, that's just a great showcase of why, like, the type of character Paul is.
Mm. I don't know.
To me,
I don't know what else to say about Mushoka Tensei, but it's besides the fact that it's very good. Stands itself apart, especially as an isekai anime or isekai, I believe.
I just want to say the two things that push it over the top, like I said, are Paul and Orsted. Orsted is the dragon god. I want to get his exact name. Orsted. I want to get his exact role. He is the...
Pretty sure you were right.
Yeah, the dragon god, right? And he shows up in the second part and completely wipes the floor with Rudeus, killing him. But because of his companion, Nanahoshi, Rudeus is revived by Orsted, right? And one thing that I like the show does, because this isn't a spoiler because it outright shows it. The show mentions how Rudy wasn't in fear of Orsted's curse because he's not from this world, so of course how is Nanahoshi like that as well? Well, it's pretty obvious. She's not from this world.
Right, yeah.
And introducing Orsted and Nanahoshi along with Paul's entire character, to me just shows how well this show is able to give its characters depth.
Yeah.
Like, they're all more than meets the eye. They all have their own positives, their own flaws.
They're all transformed. I mean, yes.
And I am generally interested that whenever season 2 happens, what's going to come next?
A lot more. A lot more, I can tell you that.
I gave it a 10 out of 10.
Whew.
It is one of the best shows of the year. And I think I'm going to call it my fall show of the year, but we'll get back to that.
Alright. Okay.
Next up on the list is Tacto P Destiny.
I did not finish this one, unlike you and TK.
Yeah, just a heads up, we will be creating a new segment called A Noob's View, where we will get our friend Taylor to join us every now and then to give an opposite view from a person who normally doesn't look at anime the way me and Chewy do.
Well, I mean, sure. I mean, technically everyone doesn't, but yeah, sure.
But you can see my point.
We'll keep polishing on that pitch. Then.
But in terms of Tacto P Destiny was probably one of the more hype shows of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And it had two big studios behind it in Madhouse and Mappa.
Yes, I definitely see that there. Ooh.
And it wasn't bad.
I think that's just a nice way of saying it fell short.
Oh, it fell short, all right. So, let's talk about the good. Presentation is fucking orgasmic. It is actually probably the best overall presentation in the entire season.
Yeah.
The battles are fluid and amazing. The way they combine the music with everything that happens is so awesome.
Awesome.
I love how they use like old school orchestral music. Like, you know how much I loved Symphogear, right?
Yes.
This show uses a very similar battle style to it.
Are you talking just overall as well?
How it combines the music with the battle.
Okay, yeah.
And it has a character designer that I love in Lamb Sensei.
She's the one that did
It's actually a he.
Is it he? Sorry. That did.
Yeah, it's weird. Ollie calls him Lamb Mama, but it's actually a papa.
Person. Oh, it's Lamb Mama. Yeah, it's Lamb Mama. Okay, yeah. The person
Yeah. They call him Lamb Mama, even though it's Lamb Papa.
he did the design for Astel and Ollie, right?
I don't know. Let me check if it was Astel. I'm pretty sure it was. I wouldn't be surprised.
Pretty sure it is because
No, it wasn't Astel. No. He's done the design for Ollie and most recently Vox from Ninja Sanji.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about that. But Lamb also has a lot of other VTubers that he has done. So
That aren't in the big talent.
That aren't in the big things. So like, there's a couple that I follow.
Mm-hmm.
They're both Indonesian, so it's or Japanese, so it's Gambaruku and Kujo Ringo.
Okay, I accidentally almost turned on the cover from one of Suisei's latest covers with Ast. Oh, you didn't hear anything. Oh shoot.
So yeah, the character designs are something I was already going to fall in love with, right?
Yeah.
And like, it has everything. The battles are great. The character designs are amazing. The music is superb. Oh my god, did the story and characters just not fucking work? So, character-wise, it is not great.
I'll say.
I don't think there are many great characters. I think Tact and Destiny are acceptable.
Okay.
But everyone else around them is just not great. Like, Lenny's only there to sacrifice himself.
Oof.
Fucking the villains suck.
Oof.
And let's just get right to the worst part. The story. It just falls apart.
Oof.
So the beginning is good. The beginning is pretty much we're introduced to a world where like there are monsters and you gotta fight it with music, right? The problem is it never goes anywhere. We have this interesting start. Tack trying to get over his father's death, but then the one person he cared about in Cosette is killed and becomes an emotionless or killing machine named Destiny, who just so happens to be sapping his life force. Alright?
Oh, okay.
So the Tact and Destiny narrative is decent. I like it. The problem is, once you get past that, nothing actually happens. So, what about the D2, right? This
what about the
alien monster force, where did they come from? Like, what's their purpose?
I thought they came from the meteor.
To eat people, right?
Okay. Yeah.
We know nothing. We learn absolutely nothing about them.
Oh.
We know they just hate music.
They hate music and they kill people. Whee!
Let's see. Schindler, who was the first villain, he was just this man who wanted to be Zagan's right arm, but then he just got himself in prison because he was an idiot.
Okay.
And then there's Sagan, who is the villain, right?
The villain.
We know nothing about it. His motivation is he wants to destroy the America to stop people from getting attacked by the D2s. He's tired of the sacrifices, so he believes one final sacrifice will save everything. Did I mention all of this is dumped in about the span of 15 minutes?
I'm not sure.
Apparently, him sacrificing himself in most of America would stop the D2s entirely.
I don't know. I guess that kind of makes sense and doesn't make sense at the same time.
Like, all that is revealed in the final 10 or so minutes of the episode. And then the ending is just bizarre.
Is it as almost as crazy as Zombieland Saga Revenge's ending?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah?
So, the obvious happens with Destiny and Tact. Destiny sacrifices herself to keep Tact alive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then Anna, Cossette's sister and a friend of Tact, who, by the way, just randomly decided to kiss Tact at, the end of the episode before, joins the Symphonica, the people fighting against the D2s, and then somehow has the power to become a music art, which was apparently Destiny and Cossette's wish, so she can then help Tact fight.
Okay.
And I just sat there going, what?
Okay.
It just made no sense. Because, okay, you want Anna to join the Symphonica. That's fine. I can see her doing it after, fighting for the past couple months. But then all of a sudden she has the powers to become a music art, which, by the way, music arts are generally not... I don't want to say they're not people, but they're essentially... They don't have the power to switch back to being a human.
Okay, yeah.
And it's just weird. And honestly, the whole plot really killed this show for me.
Yeah.
Because you could say nothing of substance actually happens. I mentioned Lenny's sacrifice. That doesn't mean much because we don't really know much about Sagan.
Okay.
And it's a show where the Cossette Destiny Tact story is good, but nothing around it really happens.
So it's like a very stagnant type of show?
Yeah, actually, that's a really good way to put it.
It's just stagnatizing all the time, pretty much?
Yeah, so I gave it a 7.5.
Ooh,
I generally think the presentation, character design, and all that is amazing. The plot is garbage.
Basically, the animation studio carried this one.
Alright, next up is Miroku-Chan.
Miroku-Chan!
A lot of people really like this show. I saw it at the top or near the top of a lot of lists.
Okay. Marcel, I really do like Miroku-Chan. I really do. I feel like sometimes, though... But this is Passione, or whatever. Passion, whatever. Passion? Passione?
Yeah, it is Passione. Let me take a guess. The show is undescribably horny.
Yeah, it just has this weird horniness.
I completely agree with you.
I don't know why, and it's not always like that in the manga at all. Like, they have a few ecchi bits, but it's just like...
I will say the horniness of the show did stop about halfway through.
I mean, hopefully.
No, it did, but man, did it take me out of the show, because outside of the weird-ass camera shots, there was one time where the camera was literally just a giant shot of her ass as she was looking in the fridge.
Yes.
Yeah. Because, the presentation, when you ignore that, is actually really good. I love the way the ghouls are animated and the way the feeling goes in.
Mm-hmm. The difference between living and unliving.
I especially love the whole Zen story at the end. That was a nice twist on something that I didn't see coming.
Yeah, because the first time you meet him, you think, he's that bad guy.
But here's the thing.
But he's just
I think this is what holds Miroku-Chan back. Nothing really happens.
No, not
we
yet.
We have moments that are cool, that are nice. When the dead baby was making the pregnant woman feel better, that was cute. The stuff with her father was great. Zen's story.
It then just ended on Zen's story, though, didn't it? In 12.
Yeah, it did.
Okay, so that's kind of a cuck, honestly, because as a person who's read the manga and everything, I could see why you're saying nothing really happens, and then I get frustrated because it's there's supposed to be something that happens afterwards with the whole fox demons thingies, but you know how they protected Miroku times and stuff. There's something that's supposed to happen afterwards, and yeah, I don't want to spoil it, but it gives a bit more story and ties a lot of stuff, a few things together, which is kind of cool. I don't know, or I forget if there was the one character that was introduced or not, where there's a guy with like a hat who looks really weird.
No.
Okay, so he'll be introduced. He should have been introduced then later. And then yeah, it's just I'm a little frustrated where they ended it, but okay, yeah, that's fair. Honestly, it's fair where that you say it like it hasn't shown anything yet, it hasn't gone anywhere yet, because it's supposed to go somewhere after that point. That's the turning point. It's kind of sad. Makes me a little bit frustrated in how they set this up, but you know, it's only 12 episodes. I totally understand.
Yeah, and it's just, when you really sit down and think about it, there was no actual progression in the story. We didn't find out why Miku had all this shit thrown at her.
Miroku?
Her name in the show is Miko.
Yeah. But
there was nothing really revealed about it.
No, because again, it's supposed to happen later on. It's not that long after that last episode, so
it's good. I do not think it's a bad show. It is definitely good, but just it's nothing more than what it is.
It's a really small slice that they get presented, and it's too bad that it happened that way. But you know, 12 episodes. What are you gonna do?
All right, next up on the list was Platinum End, but I don't think anybody of us watched this.
Plus, it's got 24 episodes and it hasn't ended yet, so
yeah. So next for me is The World Assassin.
No comment. I've read the manga. No comment.
Oh my god. I have such mixed feelings about this show. On the one hand, I genuinely do enjoy how well it portrayed the idea of like this total badass of an assassin going to another world, and realistically, it sets itself in a realistic way that, yes, this guy was a total badass who could kill anyone in that world. It's very obvious that he could do that in a isekai world, right?
Mm-hmm.
And presentation-wise, I think it's good, too. Lots of different environments. Characters look fine. The problem is this show kind of falls into the Ari Ferretta trap, where it tries to set up this character as this cold-blooded antagonist, and every time it tries, I just laugh my ass off.
He's edgy, but he's not.
He brainwashed Tart, and now he has her under his control, when in reality, Tart would have literally went with him no matter what.
Yeah.
Like, that's just it. Tart was in such a situation where she would literally go with him no matter what he said.
Even if it was to be a degenerate.
And even Tart knows that. She admits it in the last episode.
Yeah.
That she understands that she is just a tool to him.
Just a tool.
So, that's strike one of them trying to make him seem edgy.
But she still...
And here's strike two. As I mentioned in a previous episode, when Dia is supposed to be saved, I really hate that the show walks Lou to the decision and doesn't have Lou figure out that decision on his own.
Yeah.
And then I also just don't like how, well, Tart, he had no personality, but Maha is this complete badass when we see her. She's willing to do anything for her girls just to keep them alive, and then the second she is saved by Lou, she's like, Lou, I want your babies.
Mm.
And I'm just like, why does that now the focus and not the fact that she's a badass? Also, kind of like Miroku-Chan, this show goes nowhere. The main plot isn't even addressed. It's like they tried to set up for season 2 without a guarantee of a season 2.
Oh boy. You mean okay. This reminds me, but uh, we were we're gonna talk about the winter preview or next time, but and it's not even okay. This is a little bit unrelated, but basically, Marcel, there is one there's one anime that's actually coming out that I think is going to be completely hilarious. That it's basically the satire version of the main character trying to be the just edgiest edgelord ever, and is just it's so it's so comedic. I can't stop laughing thinking about it. So I hope you watch that one when it comes out because it's so fucking stupid.
Fine, save it for then. We will talk about it then. Let's talk about the sadness that's 86.
It's not coming out for a while. But yeah, sure. Let's talk about 86.
I think, here's the thing. If 86 wasn't fucked in the ass by Aniplex, it's the anime of the year.
Okay.
Like, that's just it. I think it beats the living shit out of anything around it, right?
Alright.
It is such a brilliant story. The visuals are amazing. I love the way the world is.
Right.
But Aniplex completely fucked this show over. Okay, for those of you who don't know, Aniplex wanted this show out last year.
They wanted it out?
Yeah, they wanted this show to start on fall 2020.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And of course it was delayed. Now, I don't know if when they wanted to start meant that they wanted it to go just 24 straight episodes or it was going to be this 2-core thing, right?
Okay, yeah.
And of course it ran into issues. As you know, it ran into multiple delays.
Mm-hmm.
Two unplanned, one planned delay. And because of that, 86 ended up running out of time slots last week.
Right.
So the final 2 episodes of 86 will be airing on March. I believe it was the 17th and it was the 8th and 17th.
That is so stupid, man. That is really, really stupid.
And to think that this was avoidable.
Oh, that's totally avoidable. That is totally avoidable.
Like, just straight up, the biggest issue was that Aniplex just didn't give A1 any chance to... It's March 12th and 19th, by the way.
That's pretty bad.
The biggest issue here is Aniplex just did not give A1 enough time.
Yeah.
They wanted it out, and they wanted it out now. And because of that, I genuinely hope this show isn't hurt too much by it. Because it is one of the best shows of all time.
Okay, yeah.
But I can't give it an anime of the year or anime of the fall just because of how bad Aniplex fucked it.
Yeah,
and that's going to go into a whole other story with 2021 is really just a lot more people are becoming awake to the issues of production in anime.
Oh, yeah. It's becoming
we saw everything with Mappa, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which studio not doing any well.
Wasn't 86 already had another delay earlier this something?
86 in his own right.
I thought 86 had another delay earlier this season.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't even tied into this part.
But it's just I'm kind of worried because I'm worried that the anime industry is going to explode.
Oh, it's going to explode.
Because we're seeing a shit be pretty much everywhere. Yeah. Like, here's the thing. The big ones were MAPPA, right?
Mm-hmm.
MAPPA and their idiocy that they believe they should increase the production of anime. Right? But there was stuff everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Like, Kyoto and the guys behind Jobless Reincarnation can do well. But remember the show this year from Science Saru?
Science Saru.
It was from Science Saru. It was the Eizouken anime. This one.
Eizouken.
Remember this one? Oh, it was last year. It was 2020. But remember it?
Oh.
Keep Your Hands Off Eizouken?
Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember this one, yeah.
An animator have put Science Saru on its blacklist because Science Saru is risking the health of their employees by taking on too many projects. What about the fact that an animator announced that he had to do a scene in Promised Neverland that would normally take 3 weeks in just 5 days?
Yeah.
And then there's the fucking tragedy of Wonder Egg, right?
Yeah. That was really interesting.
And then, of course, 86, but we already went into that.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's not everything that MAPPA went into, how they take on so many shows per season.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just to give you an example of, like, what MAPPA has. Where is it? There we are. In 2022, right now, they only have 4 shows, except they just so happen to be Attack on Titan, Chainsaw Man, and another Kakegurui show.
Kakegurui.
Well, like, it's just... I am so worried about the anime industry, and I hope they smarten up, but of course they won't.
Yeah, because why change something that hasn't seemed to need change in the bigger... for the big people, you know? Change something that hasn't been changed in forever. Yeah.
Alright, next up is My Senpai is Annoying.
There's a lot of these ones.
This is one of the best comedies I have ever seen. I love it. I love how the show keeps its focus centered on 4 characters.
Mm-hmm.
So we can see the view of the show through multiple eyes. I love the presentation. The comedy just gets to me. And I wish this show aired in a season where, like, it was away from 86 Komi-san and Mushoka Tensei. I ended up giving it a 9.
Oops, I am, like, slapping all these keys right now. Okay, here we go. No more slapping keys.
But yeah, I gave it a 9.
Give it a 9. Dang.
Yeah, it's that good in my opinion.
All right.
Next up on the list is a show that ends in a couple days. The Faraway Paladin.
I was a little disappointed in this one, honestly. I feel like source material was a bit better still, which you know what, everyone's gonna say that. Anyone who's read the fucking manga will probably say that about any other freaking anime that's been adapted, probably, and be like, the manga was better, blah blah blah. But you know what? In this case, I feel like Faraway Paladin, Sayate no Paladin, kind of fell a bit like Tactopi Destiny, fell a bit short. But not as bad as Tactopi Destiny, I'm afraid, but it still fell a bit short.
Personally, I couldn't give a shit about its comparison to the source material. I've always been under the motto of, like, we watch anime to watch anime. If you want to read the book, go read the book, right?
Yeah, which is fair. But
I will say, Faraway Paladin is good. It is very entertaining. It has some moments. I think its biggest issue is that
I feel
for
like
the
it's pacing.
epicness of it, right? Like, for fuck's sake, he choked out a wyvern.
Yeah, he fought the god of the dead as well.
Yeah.
Or goddess, sorry. Goddess of the
Yeah,
dead.
no, I kind of fell down laughing when it's like, oh yeah, that's a girl.
There's a girl, Marcel.
And like he did all like this epic stuff happens, and yet I'm sitting there just like, this show's kind of boring.
Yeah.
Like, it has this tone to it that just, it kind of makes you bored watching it.
It's not an epic that was being made, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, no, it's not. It lacks excitement.
Lacks excitement, kind of the edge of the seat type thing. You know, it basically felt like an epic that was too easy.
I wouldn't say too easy. I just think there isn't enough that happens.
No, yeah, that's too easy, basically. Like, there's literally not much adversity. It's a little...
Well, you don't need adversity. It's just...
Well, you need something. You need something to happen.
You need a reason to care.
There needs to be meat.
Like, I generally think the first arc took way too long.
There needs to be meat.
Like, think about it. The first arc took 5 episodes.
Yeah, and in the manga it actually took longer. Which is kind of slow, yeah. Which is why I said it would... I'm pretty sure I said this, but yeah, expect it to be slow the first episodes, so... Just kind of sad.
So yeah, right now I'm thinking of giving it around a 7, maybe a 6.5, depending on how it ends this week.
Yeah, we'll see.
I am interested in its second season that was already announced.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Like, it's a good watch, but it's not something I will say is worth it.
I'm just gonna hope for a little bit of a redemption, basically. Just a tiny bit.
Next up on the list is Osama ranking. I have not watched it. I have heard nothing but amazing things about it, so I will watch it eventually.
It's also got 2 cours, so...
Yeah, it's got 23 episodes.
What is this next one?
Moving on, next is Banished from the Hero's Party. This is something I probably will watch.
Is this the one where he opens a pharmacy?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Oh, it's this one.
It's probably something I will watch since I always, watch smut like this.
I like he just said, yes, baby. Oh, hey, the person who designed these characters is Yasumo. The guy who did stuff for the bunch of Nijisanji VTubers.
Oh, yeah, he does. They do a lot of VTubers I like from Nijisanji. Sakusaki is really funny.
Wow.
Cool. You should check out her clips with Aqua. The way those two talk to each other is hilarious.
So neither of us watched that one.
Next up, Cold War Anime Edition.
Right up Marcel's alley.
God, I hate this show sometimes.
It's the space race.
Yeah, no, it is essentially just the Cold War space race, but with vampires. And it is frustrating yet fulfilling. On the one hand, I did enjoy watching Urania just battle and claw for everything, right? And the way the show ends really made me enjoy the espionage part, where the Russians pretty much took advantage of Lev and Irina doing what they did to shit talk the Americans. But there's one thing that kind of held this show back for me.
And what would that be?
Lev is boring as fuck.
Okay, I was gonna say, why the vampires still? I'm still confused about the vampires at this point. Oh wait,
yeah, they really don't do a good job at like explaining the vampires. It's all just Irina. Oh, she lost her family. That's it.
Ugh.
But like Lev is so boring. He fits the idea of the show because he is meant to be a character that is literally the opposite of everything Russia stands for.
Ha.
But he is just agonizingly boring.
Ha.
Thankfully, the rest of the show was pretty decent, so I gave it a 7.5.
Oh, okay.
Next up, the worst show of the season.
I wonder why.
Because it is literally isekai trash at its worst.
Yeah, I wonder why.
And yet I couldn't stop watching it.
Yeah, that I'm still wondering why too.
Because I'm a masochist.
Because you're into this kind of smut, is what you quoted.
2 out of 10, moving on. I didn't watch Sakugan.
Oh, I didn't watch Sakugan either, actually.
I do plan to watch Taisho Otome.
Oh, that one. Yeah. But you didn't watch that either.
No, I didn't watch the next show.
I might watch Sakugan, actually.
And, I mean, we can talk about World Trigger.
Well, it's not World Trigger that's next, though.
I already said I didn't watch the next one.
It's the vampire one, right?
Yeah.
All
That's
right,
a vampire.
you want to talk about World Trigger, but the last episodes haven't aired yet. Still 2 more.
Well, we can just say it is very good.
Well, yeah, but it hasn't even got to the best parts yet.
Alright, moving on. Isekai Shokuko 2.
Shokudo 2! It's comfy. I don't know.
It's comfy, but let's be realistic here, people. It's not anything special.
No. They did try some new stuff, which is cool.
Yeah, it tried some interesting things, but it's just...
I don't think that's enough to like boost it too high, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
But I'd still say it's, you know what, if you want a comfy show, you want to eat or like feel like eating or look at food itself there, this is not bad.
It's a good watch. It is definitely a good watch, but like if you want anything more, go somewhere else.
Yeah, which is fine, but if you just don't feel like that or you just feel like chilling, this is honestly probably more your alley, and I would probably suggest as well. That and all other kinds of food shows like this, etc., etc. So what'd you give it? 6? 6.5?
Let me check the rating I give since it was the first review almost 2 weeks ago, so I can't remember.
Okay, I'll keep looking. Did you watch Visual Prison?
No.
Okay, that one's done by 8-1. Did you watch Selection Project?
I do plan to.
Okay, so that's a no. Did you watch Deep Insanity: The Lost Child?
I gave Isekai Shokuko 7.5.
Oh wow, you gave it much higher than I thought. Did you watch Deep Insanity: The Lost Child?
No.
Senkaku Mado no Sotogawa's Build Divide.
No.
Love Alternative.
Yes, I did.
Okay. What was your take?
It's at least a decent watch.
Is that what you're gonna start it with?
I mean, what else can I start it with, man? This show does nothing. It's interesting in the terms of, like, I do enjoy the world politics, but, like, because it's a show built on something that wasn't animated. Like, there was literally a guy in the comments of the Crunchyroll section explaining everything that happened in the previous timelines, right?
Yeah, okay. Let's see.
And I did enjoy how the show was mostly human-on-human combat.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. There was only 2 episodes where the beta fought at all. Though I will say I do want more beta combat. I think the way they animated the beta was actually pretty good.
Okay.
And I've always liked the feeling of despair this show brings.
Okay.
I gave it a 7. I generally wasn't as hard on it as some people, but I also think that's just because I'm going in as, well, a fan, but not like a guy who's played the games.
Ah, okay.
Alright, next up was... Oh, the hockey anime, which I stopped watching. Good God almighty.
Hey, it's Yuri on Ice.
How about Yasuhime?
I didn't watch the second season, fortunately.
I watched it, and honestly, it is much better than the first season, just because the narratives are better.
Well, that's good to hear, actually. I might come back then.
Like, I didn't hate the first season, but I could see the frustration just because the first season's narrative wasn't as concise.
Oh, sorry, Marcel. I just gotta go real quick. I'll be right back.
So the second season has been far more focused, which generally does work to the show quite a bit. And I am very interested to see where it goes. But yeah, so moving on to that, we'll have Tesla Note, which I've heard nothing but bad things about. Let's just see what its score is on... Oh my god, it's below a 5. How? What? What are these names? Mickey Miller. Kurama. What? What was this made? This was made by... Okay. I'm scared. Let's ignore that. Blade Runner Black Lotus, never watched. Didn't finish Yuki Yuna either. I think outside of that, the only other thing I watched was Kyoka Senkai, which Chewie also watched, but I think Chewie's dead. I think he was killed. Rest in peace, Chewie. We will always remember you. Oh, it's technically Omega's birthday. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Ooh, nice, like that. So, as I wait for Chewie to come back, what I will say about the fall season is that it is strong. It is rather good in terms of its writing in most shows.
What are you talking about?
Well, I was trying to hold time. So I didn't watch Tesla Note, because why would I watch that thing that's rated less than a 5 on Mal?
Also, it's on freaking Netflix, isn't it?
It's only Funimation, I believe.
Funimation.
Black Lotus, Black Runner, Black Lotus, Blade Runner, whatever
Blade
it is.
Runner.
Yokai Senkai, better known as Poor Man's Gundam.
I'm really disappointed in this.
Really? I'm not disappointed, because I had next to no expectations.
Okay, so you lowered your expectations. You expect to be disappointed, so when you're disappointed, it doesn't feel too bad.
Oh my god, wait, part 2 isn't going to air to 2022? What?
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't even... son of a bitch.
Yeah, there's a second season of this one.
I knew there was a second season, I just thought there would have been continuous air, but no.
No, it's quite a jump between.
It's a poor man's Gundam. That's all it is.
Yeah. I mean, there's really not really much else to say besides that, I guess. It's so weird. It's like it makes itself
characters
seem
are painful.
It makes it seem okay. It makes itself seem so serious at first, but then they're like, I don't know. I don't really. Where's the seriousness? What matters?
It gets very laughable.
Yeah, pretty much of what they try. There's every once in a while, it's like, oh, something's gonna happen. Oh, no, okay, yeah. No, I just don't care at this point.
Like, it's sad that the best part about the series was Ghost,
Oh, yeah,
and now it's apparently dead.
yeah. It's
Oh well, there's a second part coming in 2022.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's what I watched. The only other show I see on the list that you watched was Digimon Ghost Game.
You didn't watch anything else? Really? Damn. Okay.
That's it.
No Yuki Yuna, no Gyakuten Sekai, no Lupin, no Shikizakura, which is a weird Power Ranger ripoff looking thing. I tried to watch Megaton Q Musashi, and I've got to say I'm not sure what the fuck is going on. Half the time.
Stewie, there's a second season.
Yeah, I know, and I'm very, very scared. With the King dancing here.
Wasn't that the one made by like that studio you like?
It's the people that keep on trying to bring dancing back, and you know what? I'm just happy they're still doing what they love. Wait, no, is it? I'm not sure, actually.
Wasn't it made by Level 5? Like, wasn't it like this premise by Level 5?
Are you talking about Megaton Musashi?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. But, like, I don't understand it at all. Or this animation, I don't understand. I get the main premise of what Musashi like is and stuff, but I generally just can't connect with this anime because this anime is being really freaking weird. It just I don't get it. The way it's delivered is just the way it's delivered is just so bad. There's just so many plot holes, man. Like, how do you know? Like, I don't know how to really explain it, but it's just like there's moments where I'm like, how do you know this shit? You don't know this shit. How could you as a teenager just be okay with this too? Yeah, I'm not sure if they're gonna explain that or not. So I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna try today. But no, Digimon Ghost Game. I think I only got up to. I think I'm a little bit behind, unfortunately, because it looks like they're at the last episode, actually, 13. Okay, I gotta say, this is I don't know if it's fair or not to say this, but I feel like Digimon Ghost Game, from where I'm ending off area from like episode, is it 8 or 9? Not entirely sure. It's a little slow. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little slow. There's a lot of like Digimon of the Day type of things, or like Monster of the Day episodes this entire time, and I get that there are definitely episodes in like Pokemon, Digimon, the old Digimon seasons, the Pokemon seasons. It's all
kind of been like, as you just said, Digimon and Pokemon's thing.
Yeah, it's all like monster, you know. But most, I feel, monster training type of anime or whatever, things that have a lot of monsters, basically, or a lot of something that are the main aspect of the show. You're gonna have to go through a lot. But like, I don't remember what exactly, but I feel like there's no overlaying main story in Digimon Ghost Game for a lot of these episodes where it's like the monster of the day. Whereas in like Digimon Tamers and like, what was it? Even Digimon Frontier, 02, Adventure, whatever. The first one, even Savers, man. They all started to either go into a certain direction, basically. You could see a path in a sense. And I don't know if this is like super late for Digimon Ghost Game, because as I said before, this might be a little bit unfair to say because there's only 13 episodes confirmed for this one. But I have not seen where exactly this path is at episode 10. Not fully. And I'm just wondering if they're trying to wrap it up within the last like 3 episodes here. Which
well,
I
we
could
don't
be
even
right.
know what confirmation of how much episodes they'll have.
Oh, that's true. I guess that's fair actually.
It can literally go on forever.
So maybe it is still going at this point. So if it is super, maybe in the next 3 episodes we'll actually see something like of an overarching story, which at that point I'll take back my comment or we'll send my comment. So far it's been pretty decent. It's like, honestly, it's a little bit of a, as I said before, I'm pretty sure I still think this one's better than Appmon so far. But again, we'll have to see the next couple of 3 episodes that I catch up with. And for fuck's sakes, Angoramon, you better fucking like Digivolve. We've already got like the Jellymon Digivolution. And freaking Gamamon has gotten his 3rd evolution already. Like, what the hell? Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Third one and 4th one's about to appear pretty soon. Angoramon, you better freaking Digivolve. God damn it.
Alrighty. Let's move on to the part of the year. Part of the season that you know.
Look back in retrospect.
The anime of the season.
Look back in retrospect of everything.
Well, let's talk about the anime of the season for the fall and why it's Mushoku Tensei.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had to say, 86 would be it if it actually wasn't fucked by Aniplex. But for me, my top 4 is probably Mushoku, Demon Slayer, My Senpai is Annoying, then Komi-san.
Okay. Are you waiting for mine now?
I mean, you could give yours, but you also didn't watch as much.
That's true. I only watched a little bit, basically. Well, not little, but, not as much as you. I kind of want to say... Wait, did you watch Blue Period? Did we watch... Did we watch Blue Period?
I didn't.
Oh, okay, weird. It wasn't on that list that you gave me.
No, Blue Period is down. It's on the ONA and OVA, kind of like JoJo. Oh my god, we forgot about JoJo.
Oh yeah, Stone's Ocean.
It's good. It does not have as great as a start as the series before it. But it is definitely good.
Okay. That's weird that it's an ONA.
It's because they're released on Netflix. That's the main reason.
Oh.
And Netflix has the weird release.
Yeah.
But I got Mushoku Tensei as the fall show of the year.
Okay. Wait, show of the fall or show of the year?
Yeah, the fall show of the season.
Okay, well. I'm gonna say actually Komi-san. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I could see that too.
But you know what? Runner-up is definitely Mushoku Tensei and World Trigger. Let's go. Let's go, World Trigger. I see you climbing up there. Let's go.
Alright, but let's quickly bounce from fall to talk about the yearly stuff, because there was some really good fucking anime that aired this year.
I actually am not sure what to put.
I mean, we have the Attack on Titan final season.
Part 2 of Slime.
Yeah, Slime season 2 in general, since it started in winter. Dr. Stone's second season was great.
Kobayashi.
Re:Zero 2.
86 first season.
86 in general deserves it. Tokyo Revengers, My Hero Season 5, To Your Eternal.
To You, the Immortal.
In the summer, there was nothing because the summer sucked. Actually, no. Moonlight Fantasy, in my opinion, deserves consideration.
Yeah, that's decent. Iruma-kun.
I forgot about Fruits Basket, the 3rd season. That was brilliant.
Zombie League sick.
Vivi deserves some attention as well.
Eden Zero, apparently.
I've heard a lot of good things about Eden Zero.
Shakunetsu Kabaddi.
No.
Give me my kabaddi. Kabaddi, 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 kabaddi.
And then, of course, in the fall, we all obviously mentioned Mushoku Tensei, Demon Slayer, Komi-san.
Oh yeah, it was this entire year that Mushoka Tensei came out. I forgot.
My Senpai is annoying. Well, Summer ranking apparently is really fucking good.
You said ReZero, right?
Yeah. So, like, there's a lot of shows.
Kimono Jihen.
So there's a lot of shows that were really good. And if you asked me...
second season and third season.
My top 5 goes like this. 86 is at 5th, only because of the production issues. Because it's hard for me to really judge that positively with how bad the production was. Number 4 is Demon Slayer. Number 3 would probably be Fruits Basket. 2 is Mushoku Tensei. 1 is ReZero. I loved Mushoku Tensei. It is utterly brilliant. ReZero is a show that I think is an anomaly.
A mutant.
I don't think we will see a show like ReZero Part 2, Season 2, ever again.
I'll never see anybody.
Well, just think about it for a second.
I'm surprised that Hige Wasoru wasn't up there.
Hige Wasoru?
I shaved my beard and I brought home a high school.
I mean, it was good, but it definitely does not deserve to be up there.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, you keep raving about it every day.
Yeah, because I really liked it. But Chewy, there's a big difference between something I really liked and something I think is generally amazing.
So you think you could take... So you're trying to say that you're objectively putting it up as the best one? Not subjectively?
What? I think ReZero Season 2, Part 2 is the best show of the year.
Subjectively or objectively?
Whatever you want to call it.
Then I'm very confused why you don't consider the when I shaved my beard and after all the times you raved about it. Are you trying to say that it was good but it wasn't that good?
No, what I'm saying is I loved Higehiro. I thought Higehiro was such a blast of a show.
Okay.
But ReZero Part 2 and all the other shows I mentioned blow it out of the fucking water.
So, so basically I liked it as good, but it wasn't as good as the other ones. I love these ones. Okay.
Like, there's a big difference between what I think was great and what my favorite shows are. Like, my favorite shows are probably ReZero. Like, it includes some of it, but we also got stuff like fucking My Hero, My Senpai is annoying, Moonlit Fantasy, and,
Are you trying to say that you can subjectively and objectively have two different types of good shows, basically?
What I'm trying to say is what your favorite show may be may not be the show you think is the best. Like, I'll give you an example. In the shows that I rank, right?
So are you saying that you think so basically you're saying that you're able to separate your personal opinions from also the objective side of being good?
Yeah. I mean, think about this, Chewy. I just named ReZero Part 2 the show of the year, right?
I'm pressing the X button for doubt here, Marcel, but okay. I'm going to shake...
Why? But why, though?
Because I don't think it's actually possible to always have a subjective view when you also have your own... Or
well, think about
is that
this,
possible
Chewie.
to objectively look at something without being
well, that's exactly what this is, because think about this. Every season, the show I considered my favorite show was not the show I considered the best show.
Yeah.
In winter, the best show was ReZero. My favorite show was Uma Musume. In spring, the best show was Fruits Basket. My favorite show was My Hero. Here, in summer, the best show was Slime Part 2. My favorite show was Higurashi. In fall, the best show was Mushoka Tensei. My favorite show was My Senpai is Annoying.
Okay, I can kind of get it, but at the same time, I feel like we're still going to have to say that everything was still subjective at this point.
Well, isn't that the truth, though? Like, how this is what I want to say, is a lot of people really don't know how to differentiate between I like something and I think something's really good, right? Like, I always bring it up. Canyon used to give me shit all the time for saying, Grimnar was that Grimnar show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was a bad show.
Mm-hmm.
Me saying it's bad does not mean people can't enjoy it. People can't like it. People can say it's their favorite show, right? For fuck's sakes, my favorite show of all time is Sword Art Online.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So to me, there's a big difference between somebody rating something in quality and saying that, oh, I just enjoy watching the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, in terms of, like, the show, yeah, I look forward to 86 and Mushoku Tensei, right? There's no denying that.
Yeah.
But I was emphatic for every episode of My Senpai is Annoying because I just loved it so much. But I also know that My Senpai is Annoying is not as good as Mushoku Tensei, is not as good as 86. It's not as good as Komi-san.
Interesting. Okay.
So it's one of those things where I can sit down and actually look at it objectively and understand that just because something's your favorite doesn't mean you're calling it the best.
So, would you say at that point you're taking your entire personal view at that point out of the objective review, or you still have a little bit of subjectiveness to it?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. There's no review that isn't going to have any sort of bias.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Impossible.
That's totally impossible.
Yeah. So what I try to do is I try to review the show at its core.
Okay.
And focus on what the show does well and does good. Does me liking something help it a bit? Sure. But again, liking something is going to happen with everything.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So you're all right. Okay. All right.
Like, I've been doing this for a while, and I've gotten much better at it.
Oh,
the idea of my reviews is to look at the show as a whole, which is why, again, when I rank shows, I have the best of the year, and then the best of the season, and then I have my favorite show.
Okay. So
it's a way to.
So then you've already revealed your tops. What about your favorites then?
My favorites?
Yeah, rank your favorites out of the year then.
All right. So my top 5 was, what was it again?
From the original ones?
86, Demon Slayer, Fruits Basket, Mushoku Tensei,
then ReZero.
ReZero. If I had to rank my favorites, I'd put 86 at 5. My Senpai is Annoying at 4.
Mm-hmm.
Fruits Basket is 3.
Mm-hmm.
My Hero at 2. ReZero at 1.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Actually, no. Let me rephrase that. Get rid of 86, push it all down, and pretty much tie Uma Musume and ReZero.
Okay. Wow, okay. That's okay. I'm gonna say for like actual good anime this year. Mushoku Tensei's got to be up there, I think. So I'm gonna go.
Mushoku Tensei and 86 deserve to be up there.
Whew. I'm gonna go. I'm actually gonna say To Your Eternal number 5, 86 number 4. I actually thought To Your Eternal had a decent overall. It's just still lacking. Still.
One of the reasons I didn't consider To Your Eternity in my top 10 is just because it's such a hard watch.
I know, and because it's so difficult, I get that most people will not be able to connect as quickly or anything or find this great. But if you really take the time, I feel, to actually sit down, just
yeah, but when you say it like that, that's like somebody saying, "Oh, if you just get past hour 20 of a game, it'll be good," right?
Right. But that's why I don't have it. That's why I just don't have it super high up either. But I think the overall quality, everything that it delivered, that like it's just trying to make as its main message and stuff and core, I feel like it still delivers.
I can agree to that, but I knock it down quite a bit because of that whole hard to watch. If you're hard to watch, I think anime as a whole and entertainment as a whole needs to be able to be digestible, and To Your Eternity just wasn't at times.
Yeah, you know what? And that's totally fair. But I think overall was still enough to keep it at 5. Because well, then again, I did watch Fruits Basket, so I can't really.
Oh, Fruits Basket was brilliant. The conclusion was insane.
At least watched the first season. Went back and watched the first season, 86, so I could say that's a little.
The remake is so much better because it actually covers the entire manga and not just like parts of it.
Yeah, that's fine. I didn't watch the second season. I'm not sure if I should really put 86 as number 4 because I never watched second season of it.
Well, I mean, you can always just classify your list as this is what I watched.
Sure, this is what I watched and this is what I determined so far what objectively being decent. Mushoku Tensei, I watched the first season, but I've read the second season, so I'm gonna put it up there as a I want to put up there as a 2. Oh, that means I still have 3 left open. I'm sorry, Marcel. I think Komi-san has just been amazing. I get it that my personal view that I like it myself, but I think it actually delivers very, very well.
I mean, I have Komi-san and my senpai as annoying as like 7, 8 as an example. They're literally right beside each other.
I mean, it's such a basic thing, but like as you said before, basic doesn't mean it's bad.
It's basic done well.
So I'm actually...
Yeah, what's number 2? Come on.
I'm going to put number 1 as Komi-san. Number 2 was Mushoku Tensei, the first season that I watched. Second season...
What was number 3?
I need to figure this one out, because I don't... Head. So your Eternal is 5. I put the first season 6 is 4. You know what? No, I'm going to flip that. 86, I think, is going to be a 5. Oh, man, but that means To Your Eternity is 4. Yeah, okay, To Your Eternity is 4. Damn, but what's 3? I did not like any of these other ones it's not like, it's just like, I did not see it as that great. I don't know. Iruma-kun was decent, but it was just like, still, it's only second season. Second season. You know what? World Trigger, actually. Second and third season. World Trigger. I'm going to put it in number 3 because there was a lot of stuff that just...
Look, I think World Triggers is much better. Don't get me wrong. I completely disagree with that.
I can understand that too because it's such a...
Like, it deserves recognition. I think World Trigger Season 2 and Season 3 have stepped up very nicely. But I also think that in terms of, like,
overall
quality, it isn't anywhere close to the top 10, in my opinion. Maybe top 15.
I'm not sure because I didn't watch much else after that, though.
Yeah, but that's also on you, too, right?
Maybe I'll put Iruma-kun in number 3. No, wait, no, that's...
I think this is just a showcase of, like, what I've watched compared to what you've watched, since I have similar feelings with Iruma-kun. I don't put it in the top 10.
You know what? I'm gonna put Slime at 3. I'll put Slime at 3. There you go.
So that is the year-end stuff.
Oh, and favorites. Favorites! Forgot favorites. Ah, shit. Oh, boy. Okay, what did I actually like watching? You know what, Marcel? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna say it, Marcel. Redo of a healer. Ha! Kidding. I haven't watched it. Fuck you guys. Fuck you guys. I didn't watch Redo of a Hero. Who would watch that? Who would watch that? Huh? Not me. Not me.
Yeah, who would watch that?
You know what? Top
All
5.
right, I got a question.
I'm gonna put World Trigger at number 5.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
4. I think I'll put Skate. I actually like the animation. It was really, really good. 3. You know what? I'm gonna put... I actually really like Zombieland Sagas, actually. I'm gonna put 3, even though the ending was just so fucking stupid. I'm gonna 3. 2, I will put oh jeez. Wow, there was really not that much I watched. You know what? 2, I'm gonna put Komi-san in number 1. Number 1. What has been the best one this entire year?
No, what has been the one you've enjoyed watching this entire year?
Yeah, my personal best. My personal best. Shush. Where's the personal best, my dude? I'm not gonna say X-Arm. That's dumb. I didn't even watch X-Arm. Screw you. No. One episode. No. I'll just say it was Jesus Christ! Like I can't even think of what I really loved personally the best. Did I said Komi-san was 2?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. You know what? Kabaddi. I have a weak spot for sports anime, and you know what? Kabaddi was just fun.
Alrighty, well that was it for the new year.
What about the randoms? Oh, okay, no, this episode's really long. Oh no, it's a 1 hour 24 minutes. EHRPG.
We're gonna end this episode here and go record the winter preview because the winter season. Yeah.
Maybe we should have done the yearly thing with the winter preview. Oh well, doesn't matter. I'm too lazy to change this background to 2022. So happy New Year 2022.
It's time to lose our minds.
Happy New Year 2022, not 2021. Good. I don't know. We're here. We're somewhere. I don't know. My mic keeps peaking. Okay, bye.